her question was that she validated the war on women, and listen to the way he accepted her validation of it.
When he said, you got to come on this station and you got to play ball, in the background, she says, mm-hmm.
Ooh, I didn't hear that, but I believe you.
Well, you can play it all over again. Rewind some
You might
video,
actually be able to see her.
And she goes, mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it doesn't.
I mean, that's huge.
But if he said, you know what, I think that you are actually a bimbo, she may have actually said, mm-hmm, just to be nice. You see what I'm saying? Like, let him finish up. Let him finish up what he's saying, and he goes, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, Brian, when did you stop beating your wife?
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Anything else? Would you like to add that? I'm really playing devil's advocate.
Really
I'm going devil's advocate full level 10 there. But anyway, so the name of the refute of Fahrenheit 9/11 was Fahrenheit.
Right,
9/11.
Fahrenheit. There you go.
Because I remember actually purchasing that film, Fahrenheit 9/11.
So the day before, Wednesday, the day before the debate, Ailes, desperate to get Trump on, calls his wife and his daughter, trying to reason with them to reason with him.
It's like, man, have you ever had that girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you call her brother?
And maybe even her sister.
Right.
Like, can you talk to her for me?
Or her best friend.
It's always the best friend. It's always everybody listening right now has probably done that. Like, hey, you know, I'm having problems, and I was hoping you might.
Can you talk to her?
Yeah, talk to her for me. We're having problems. Our relationship's on the rocks.
I know I did wrong.
Yeah, I didn't mean to though.
Tell her I love her, and I won't do it again. I'm sorry.
I was just lonely, and my ex-girlfriend.
Whoa! Tell her I didn't mean it. I've told her all these things, but she don't believe me. She'll believe you.
That's why. That's why. That's exactly what. Have you ever talked to the mom? Oh, that's when you're really stretching it. But if the mom really likes you,
depending on how old you are, you might not want to talk to the mom.
Oh, no. Because the mom might be like, hey, rebound.
Maybe a Jerry Springer moment.
I'm catching you on the rebound.
Oh, Lord.
Let me get these teeth out.
This is all inside the Beltway.
What?
This is what the D.C.
Oh,
this is what they do in D.C.
Totally yeah.
So Joe Scarborough came out this week, quote, I'd rather set myself on fire than participate in a debate with Megyn Kelly.
Wow. That's shocking coming out of Scarborough. He's a total rhino.
And then Chris Matthews.
Oh, the thrill up my leg guy. The one that threw journalism out the window in 2008. Right.
Chris Matthews pulls Ann Coulter on.
What?
Yes!
Oh, I wish I'd known that. I would have definitely watched that.
And the amazing thing is it's like all... Okay.
She's the queen of rant, so she can get away with it. When she starts to filibuster, it's hilarious. She's like a comedian.
Oh, my... I mean,
yeah. But she can do it really fast and nonstop, and you can't even get a word in edgewise. So her going on MSNBC... she's actually kind of safe there because once she gets going, nobody in the room is going to be able to stop her.
No, well, it was a one-on-one with Chris Matthews.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a round table. They pulled her on directly to talk about FNC, Fox News Corporation, Fox News Channel, to talk about FNC and her take on Trump. Let me see if I can get this... if this will play, but her take on Trump and this whole debacle.
Ann Coulter's a conservative columnist and commentator. Dana Milbank's an opinion writer with the Washington Post. You know, and this is an amazing night because I think it's a battle of what kind of personality do you like or like least. I mean, Trump certainly is big time. He's bombastic. He's over the top. He's got an ego. And then I see this guy, Cruz, trying to match him. I don't think he's in the same.
Oh. I know you listeners out there. Hold on. And Kerry's shaking his head. Hold on.
What is he going?
Hold on. I know you listeners out there. I know you guys are Cruz fans, and that's cool. However, I got some dirt on Cruz that really validates what Chris Matthews is saying.
Okay.
And and he's not far. He might be stretching a little bit, but he's not too far off.
Oh,
Same league myself. Your thoughts about the whole theater. I want you on for the theater because you know theater. What is going to happen here tomorrow night? Will he or won't he show up, Donald Trump?
I hope he doesn't. I mean, he's established himself as the real alpha dog here, as if he hasn't already. And look, I like a lot of things about Ted Cruz, but one of his Achilles' heels is he does not have a sense of humor. And I think the joke about Donald Trump being afraid of Megyn Kelly, it just doesn't work. Nobody thinks Donald Trump is afraid of anything. And, I mean, as you and thank you for telling the story properly, it wasn't over Megyn Kelly. It was over that snippy, smart alecky press release. And I would ask you to imagine, what if NBC had released such a press release to a Republican candidate before a debate? It really is kind of shocking, and I think Trump is shaking up the way people look at Fox News as maybe not always our network.
Right.
Why do you think Roger Ailes, who had to sign off, I assume, on any PR that went out, it was sarcastic as hell. It made fun of Trump. It made fun of him, made the front-running candidate for the Republican nomination for president. It made him into sort of a little chicken. And why, just last question, because I want to ask Dana a little bit here, why would Roger Ailes start a fight that could cost him, 15, 20 million people tomorrow night watching?
No, that's right, and that's why Trump has established himself as the alpha dog. Well, I suppose because Fox News, I don't know if Ailes even saw it, but monopolies can get arrogant, and there does seem to be a little bit of arrogance here. I'll also say that, it's not just that it's smart alecky and how it treats Trump. It's really insulting to voters.
Yes.
Look, Trump didn't like a question going back to his days as a reality TV host when meanwhile, and I actually like that question, by the way. I have no complaint with Megyn Kelly. It's my one disagreement with Donald Trump. I like the question. The unfairness was that none of the other candidates were asked tough questions.
No.
Why are you asking about what Trump said as a reality TV host and not about how he's going to wounded veterans, how he's going to get people back to work, how he's going to deport illegal aliens? Those are the questions I think viewers and voters want to hear answers to, not the silliness about things he said in fun and to be funny.
There you go. And I honestly believe that that Chris Matthews was taking full advantage of the situation to hit back at Fox.
Right.
To make himself look better.
So did he bring on Ann Coulter the same way that Megan brought on Michael Moore?
Maybe.
This is weird.
Maybe. Yeah, that is weird. I never looked at it like that.
Wow. You know what this is going to end up what's going to end up happening over all this, right? I've never seen this kind of mixing. We've been so polarized for so long. To see Michael Moore on Fox News hamming it up with, of all people, Megyn Kelly, and now Ann Coulter hamming it up with, of all people, thrill up my leg, communist-loving Chris Matthews. You know what's going to end up happening? We're going to have record numbers of Democrats voting for Trump.
Yes, and that's not a bad thing, folks. Listen, please listen. I understand, and I've got a litany of things that we're going to go through. We're going to get to them about Donald Trump. Is he conservative or not? Folks, I understand. First and foremost, there is no and never will be your perfect candidate. There will never, ever in your lifetime, and if you hold out like you're playing Texas Hold'em for the right hand, you're going to lose.
You're going to get blinded out.
Yes.
You're going to get blinded out.
Every single time. There is no perfect guy. Don't marry yourself to a candidate.
That doesn't exist.
Right.
That doesn't exist.
We're not married to ourselves to a candidate.
Yeah, my perfect candidate would be Ted Cruz that was actually natural born.
You probably.
Right.
Maybe
so I'm close. I'm really close with Ted Cruz.
I would love a Ted Cruz, natural born, with a little spice of Trump.
Yeah, because I don't think. Well, first of all, I would rather have more of the humor of Trump.
Right.
But then also that almost that fiery spice. I mean,
Yes.
you're talking about spice. I don't mean a little edge. I mean a freaking battle axe.
Right.
Swinging that thing around. So a Ted Cruz with Trump's battle axe and natural born and all that. I think that would be the perfect candidate.
Right. So go out and vote for who you want in the primaries. Once it is decided who the Republican candidate is, whether it be Trump, whether it be Cruz, whether it be Bush. Because that's the only other possibility of being the GOP
Bush
bought it out.
There is no way.
No, if he wins it, it's because it was bought and paid for. Like Hillary. She's going to be bought and paid for.
Trump is
No, I know,
honestly,
I know.
you know what? Trump, okay, with his hundreds of millions of dollars in campaign contributions, because he's the establishment choice, I think that they're telling him, listen, Jeb, we are not going to spend any of this money at all because you're done. And once you finally get out, we're going to take your money, we're going to transfer it over to the guy that we think is going to be in it. Right. We think it's probably going to be Trump. And as much as we're going to hold our nose for it because we don't like him because we're establishment, we're going to have this war chest for him.
Right. And so I'm telling you right now, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from you folks. I'm telling you, I know you have very, very extremely conservative Christian friends that don't drink, don't smoke, don't cuss. They don't do any, I mean, they live a very, very strict life. And for them to look at Donald Trump makes them want to throw up. I understand you. But you've got to get the message to them. By them sitting out on an election is an absolute vote for the Democrat, Socialist, Communist, outspoken Communist Party. Hold your nose, bite your lip, and do what we have to do to stave off this infection.
Right, because, you may say, you know what, I don't like the way Trump was not able to say what his favorite passage in the Bible is or whatever.
We called it 2 Corinthians instead of 2 Corinthians.
But meanwhile, we have an atheist president that many people, there's a lot of conservative Christians out there that really truly believe that Obama's a Muslim. I personally believe that he's just a die-hard atheist. I truly believe that. I may be wrong. He's technically a Muslim because his father's Muslim. Muslims believe he's a Muslim.
Once you're Muslim, you're always a Muslim.
No, if your dad's a Muslim and you were born to a Muslim dad, Muslims will say, "Oh yeah, he's Muslim."
Right.
I believe that you're not Muslim unless you're practicing the Muslim religion.
Now that's the only way he is Muslim in our mind is the fact that his father was.
Now, me personally, I think he's practicing the religion of atheism. I do truly believe that.
Which would fall in line with communism.
Of course, that's why we know he's a communist and why he's diehard, because he's an atheist. Now, that being said, we also have people like Nancy Pelosi, who you guys can make fun of Trump for his lack of 2 Corinthians knowledge and all that stuff all you want. But her favorite word is the word. Which, to me, when I heard that, I was like, this woman who claims
to be a Catholic,
grown up in Catholic, going to Catholic schools. Come on, really?
Calls it the
Your
word?
Favorite word is the word. I wish we had the audio for that. When I heard that,
I never even knew that it was even out there. That's insane.
You never heard that?
No.
You've never heard that?
No.
Oh, they made fun of it for weeks. She said, they said, this wasn't even a religious question. They said, what is your favorite word? This was asked of Nancy Pelosi. What is your favorite word? My favorite word is...
all the time. What is your favorite this? What is your favorite that? What's your favorite that? Whatever. And at one time, what is your favorite word?
She didn't even... She answered it herself.
Okay. And this is...
She wasn't even asked the question.
This is May 6, 2010.
Oh, my God.
When she was Speaker of the House.
Oh, my gosh.
My favorite word, that is really easy. My favorite word is the word.
What?
Is the word.
The word.
And that is everything. It says it all for us. And you know the biblical reference. You know the gospel reference of the word.
Oh. Now she said, you know what I'm talking about.
You all know.
The gospel reference.
You all know.
What Christian says the gospel reference?
Oh, I have no idea what she's talking about. And she doesn't know. She clearly doesn't know what she's talking about.
Okay, so at the time, if George Bush was assassinated, and Dick Cheney.
Well, no, if Dick Cheney and
Hold on.
George Bush